What does my shirt say? Be yourself because everybody else is taken. Nobody can tell you nothing.
That's a lie. People can say a lot of things to you.
That's my baby. Today's video is all about the 12 healthy habits that you can start to implement into your daily routine to improve your mind, body, and soul. I've really taken it upon myself to try and be aware of how I am coping mentally and how the lockdown is affecting my body, my mind, and my soul. And I think I'm kind of getting the hang of how to improve in those 3 spheres. So I'm going to share with you some tips on how to improve your mind, body, and soul. So to begin, I'm going to talk about how you can improve your body. I'll be discussing 4 healthy habits. If you want to know specifically about the mind or the soul, you can always skip to that portion in the timestamps below. The first habit that I think can be helpful to improve your body is definitely exercise. And don't feel any pressure. If you're not an exercise person, then move your body. And that just requires you to actually get out of bed in the morning or whenever it is that you wake up and move your body. Take a walk to the kitchen, walk to the fridge. My favorite pastime. It is just about ensuring that blood is flowing and you are getting some type of energy boost, because when you are lying in bed the whole day, it can be really tough to derive the energy to complete your tasks efficiently. Obviously, don't force yourself to move your body or exercise if you are in a physical condition that prevents that. But if you are actually able to move around, definitely do that. Healthy habit number 2 would be to ingest intentionally. So I know that sounds really strange, but this is all about considering the things that you are putting into your body when it comes to eating and drinking. Now, I'm not saying don't drink alcohol or don't eat candy. That is not what I'm saying at all. If anything, I'm an advocate for a treat here and there, but don't consume things that make you physically ill on the regular. Like, you are lactose intolerant. Why do you have dairy with every single meal and snack? Why? Don't be that person. Okay, don't go on a junk food binge. You know that it will make you feel terrible, not only about yourself emotionally, but physically you will most likely be ill, and you don't want to be in that kind of space. So to ensure that you are taking care of your body, actually think about the food that you want to consume that can heal your body. So especially in this time when we're trying to improve our immune systems, maybe drink teas that can heal your body, empower your immune system, and stay away from things that take away from that. Healthy habit number 3 would be to listen to your body. Now, this ties in to the first 2 habits I've actually shared, because sometimes you are not in a physical state to exercise and your body is telling you that by presenting symptoms of pain or discomfort. And so do not force yourself to perform things that your body is telling you it cannot do. Listen to how your body feels and understand that when you're in pain or when you're feeling discomfort, you should perhaps rest or try and get that looked at. And if your body is feeling like there's a lot of tension, perhaps you should move your muscles, give yourself a little stretch to ease that tension. Listen to what your body is telling you about how it is feeling. Habit number 4 is to appreciate your body. So I know this can be really hard for a lot of us who perhaps have a negative body image, but just appreciate the little things that your body can do for you. Appreciate that you can wake up in the morning, that you can get up, that you can move, that you can breathe and you can feel the oxygen going in and out of your lungs, that you can speak, that you can feel, touch, taste. Just appreciate the little things that your body can do for you before you go bashing your self-esteem with the things that your body perhaps isn't doing. And ways that you can incorporate into your life to appreciate your body would be to do things that make you feel good. So if you enjoy dancing, dance and move your body, because that will make you feel good and will give you a deeper appreciation for your body. Okay, now on to the healthy habits that you can incorporate for your mind. Healthy habit number 1 would definitely be to reset your thinking. I like to do this especially when I have had a really rough week where my brain is all over the place and I'm super stressed about things. I just like to regroup and try and reset my thinking. Try and eliminate negative thoughts as much as I can. So I recognize the thoughts that do not serve me. So thinking that I'm ugly or that I'm useless or that I can't get anything done, things like that. I understand that those are negative, those are just bringing me down. They're not going to get me anywhere throughout the day. And I recognize when I'm having thoughts like that and I let it go, okay? You need to let it go if it is not serving you. Healthy habit number 2 would be to declutter your mind. So you often find yourself thinking about so many things, stressing about so many things, and it is not doing you any good. You probably struggle to be present in moments with your family and friends, or even when you're by yourself doing something that you would normally enjoy. You're struggling to concentrate because your mind is so cluttered. So my advice would be to declutter your mind. You can do this by recognizing the thoughts that are stressing you out and maybe jotting them down in a journal, so that you are brain dumping and getting rid of that information in your brain and putting it on a page so that it is more discernible and it doesn't look as stressful. Stop worrying about the things that are out of your control. You worrying about them is not going to change them, and especially if you genuinely cannot implement any habits or changes into your life that will make that situation better, stop worrying about it. There's nothing you can do. So yeah, it is not something that is serving you. It's not going to help that you're stressed about it. Yes, you can feel empathetic and want to improve a certain situation, but understand that you cannot be letting yourself get driven by this thing every day, okay? It's not serving you. That's the T. If it's not serving you, let it go, okay? Say,
Get out of here for real, man. That's what you gotta say.
So mind health habit number 3 would be to empower yourself. So prior to this, I was going to say read books, but I know not all of us enjoy that, and a lot of us are coming out of exams or going into exams, so we're not exactly in a position where we can be reading for leisure purposes, might I say. So I think a really good way to empower yourself, if you're not a book reader, you can listen to podcasts or watch documentaries about the things that you care about real issues. Another way to empower yourself is to watch or listen to things that are aligned with your vision, because you are reinforcing those characteristics or those missions and goals within yourself by seeing them or hearing them or reading about them. And for the last healthy habit, allow your mind to rest. Okay, you don't constantly need to be thinking about everything. You don't need to be overthinking when you're in bed. I know you do this. I know you do. especially if you have a test the next day. I know you're sitting up in bed picturing question 1 and what you're gonna write, what you're gonna say. No, don't. Just clear your mind and rest, okay? You need to allow yourself to actually rest. Now let's get into the last portion of this. You're almost there, and this is the 4 healthy habits that you can try to improve your soul. Habit number 1 is to remove all things that represent bad energy. Yes, I will say it louder for the people in the back. All things that represent bad energy, okay? These could be objects, okay? Like, if some object is making you feel some type of way, get rid of it, okay? If somebody in your life is constantly giving you bad vibes, being negative when you're trying to be positive, and they're just filling your day with bad vibes, maybe don't interact with that person as often as you do, because you know that they bring you down when you're trying to be your best self, okay? So, So if you know that you do not like horror movies, why you be out here watching horror movies?
Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself, okay? Don't.
Healthy soul habit number 2 is to practice gratitude and focus on your strengths. I know this can be very, very tough when you are self-critical or you feel like you have imposter syndrome and you're a perfectionist, but you need to remind yourself that there are some things that you are perhaps good at. And I know a lot of us are like, no, but I'm not good at anything. But there has to be like something. Maybe you're a good brother, or you're a good sister, or you're a good daughter. That's something, it doesn't necessarily need to be a skill or something like that. I know a lot of people beat themselves up because they're like, oh, I haven't achieved much. No, you wake up every day, you listen to people ramble, you're a good listener, you're a good speaker. Things like that are important. Focus on your strengths and be grateful for the little things that you can see and feel the sun. I mean, it's the little things. I am currently partially deaf in my one ear, and honestly, I'm so grateful for sound because it's insane. I mean, when I go to the mall and I'm trying to buy an item and I can hardly hear what the cashier or teller lady is saying, I feel so bad because I can't, she doesn't know that maybe I'm half deaf and I can't hear right now, and it's not her fault that she's getting agitated and all those things, but it just made me think about how tough it must be to not be able to hear and to be in these situations where you need to explain yourself. Like, not everybody knows sign language. You can't just sign how you feel to this person because they might not understand. And it's a lot, especially you hear yourself louder than you actually sound. So I find myself in situations where I'm saying something, someone will mishear me, and I honestly will not repeat it or correct them because I'm just I can't be doing that. I'm gonna look like such a dick. But honestly, it's been tough and it's been interesting at the same time. Another thing that is good for your soul, this is healthy habit number 3, would be to follow your passion. I think that a lot of us struggle to follow our passion, especially if we come from predominantly African homes. Sometimes your passion perhaps isn't aligned with the vision that your parents have for you, and I think that just because that's the case doesn't mean you should let go of your passion. Okay, you can do it on the side. If you have the opportunity to do that, you can just practice in your own time. Don't let that fire die for whatever it is you're passionate about, because one day you will be in a position where you can pursue it, whether part-time or full-time. So just think about that. The last healthy habit for your soul would be the most cliche. I know you've heard it a million times.
Did I hold a note?
I don't think I can't hear, so I don't know. Yeah. The last habit would be meditation. Okay, not necessarily sitting for 15 minutes or 5 or 7 or whatever, just in quiet zen like peace, but you can meditate in different ways. You can go on a bike ride and just appreciate the nature around you if you're in a position to do that. You can silence your mind, find a quiet place, read. I know that can be tough when you have siblings. Blinks in trauma. Uh, help me. Yeah, or you can listen to music and just be one with yourself. Those are also ways of meditating. I believe that. And yeah, so that brings us to the end of the list. I hope that you found these tips helpful. If there are any tips that you have for the rest of us, don't be shy. Share them in the comment section down below. I would love to hear the things that you've been incorporating into your life to improve your lockdown situation, or just your life in general, you know? Just like hook us up with your tips, girl. Okay, just like let us know what you've been up to. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and definitely subscribe. Stay sane, stay beautiful, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
It's my love, touching you slowly.